Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, once again, like it or not, probably not, it's showtime. The hands are the important part. They bring the viewers in. Unless I use the hands for other things, like displaying middle fingers. Hi guys, by the way. So first we're going to do a little bit of the Scrit event in Evan Gnashblade in doing it with this character, Norzander Gorgonox. An internet reference, an XKCD reference, to be specific. The Evan Gnashblade event is ongoing. I don't know if we have any new stuff in like the store or not, or new Black Lion chests or not. I bought 3 keys yesterday. They were disappointing. Bought 3 keys with the event currency, so I didn't actually spend like dollars or gems.
Someday I will establish my prominence.
It's nice to have dreams, you know? This is the currency for the event. Real fast, let me just roll over here.
Life is a trial. Coda the judge and Coden the jury.
You guys are so full of yourselves. Boom, we're going in. Do we have new Black Lion chests? Chest items, I should say. Does not look like it. It's the ones that came out with the expansion. Not a big fan. They're not bad. They're just not good. It's something that... Oh, I did a special. Bonus week. Evan Gnashblade birthday at the Black Lion Vault. I didn't get this yesterday. Must have just rolled it in, even though the event started, I think, yesterday. Because I did stuff yesterday. But I'll take my 100 points and smile. What will be the next purchase we'll be making? Let's see. Probably going to be Ascended Armor, probably. I already have a number of legendary weapon starter kits. And frankly, I won't be able to go through those until I get a bunch of Gifts of Battle. So, what's going on in here, you might wonder? It's an adventure. I want to see if we had anything new. Pardon me. Casual t-shirt package. That was it, I think. The only brand new spanking thing. Metrica Sports. Janther Outdoors. The Great Outdoors at Janther Wild. And South Sunwaves. So all the way in back, there's an adventure. To grab as many Scrit Shinies as you can. I believe the numbers are like 20, 50, and 90 for the 3 tiers. I got solidly in the between the first and second tier. I got 70.
I feel 6 feet tall.
I don't. I actually feel
Lend me your daring heart.
Used to be 5'9". As I've gotten older, it's probably 5'8" now. So as you get old, that's actually a thing, by the way. So this is the whole thing, and there are various traps and things on the floor that will knock you down. You want to keep an eye open for. And then there's a vendor at the end who you can convert. I currently have one, I think, of the Black Lion seal of approval. Screech needs shinies. Bring them all, yes? What is this about? Screech found a way inside the great hoarder of shinies. You help Screech take all shinies and run, run, run! I'm in. Okay, my lifetime best is a 70. As it says there, in the 4 minutes. Taja, streamer. Guild Wars 2 streamer. She hit 90. I don't, off the top of my head, recognize any of the rest of the people who are listed. But regardless, let's play. And they're easy to find. They are labeled as shinies. Grab the shinies and avoid the traps. For instance, the two little sticks in front of me have a tripwire. That would be the kind of thing you'd want to avoid. There's usually one in the doorways, or two. I have finished a thing. Don't want to stop now. We're in the middle of grabbing all of the shinies. Also, I have been shape changed into the form, appropriately, of a Scrit. We don't want to get spotted by the guards, as they undoubtedly have like a knockdown effect or something like that. I did not get spotted by any of the guards in my first go-through yesterday. My assumption is this is a daily, not something you can spam a whole metric boatload of to get all the achieves and everything done in one quick swoop. Don't know where the Scrit holes actually lead, I have to say. Oh, come on, don't be that way. That trap got me. Slowed. That trap got me. The animations definitely don't feel as smooth as usually they do. Not sure if I got all the shinies out of this room or not, but we're going through anyway. And I forgot about the traps in the doorway. Don't be like me. Don't forget about the traps in the doorway. Oh, that's the Scrit hole. I think we got everything out of here, so we're now heading through here. I don't know what the, if anything, the fireworks do. I think I'll probably be pleased if I can manage to get a new PB, as we call them. Oh, yeah, I jumped too soon for that. That was my mistake. My bad. I deserve that failure. An epic fail. I've lost a shiny. Oh, is that maybe the guard spotted me? That he takes a shiny as like a bribe? Not sure. I've lost a shiny again. 60. That was 4 minutes. How did I get so many more? 10 more yesterday. I don't understand. I've been robbed. But presumably you can get 1 silver, 1 gold, and 1 bronze per day. Unless you're me, in which case you can get a silver and a bronze. All right, we got a bunch more of the seals of approval. We are up to 16. And this is the vendor, and I think everything can be purchased like once. This is not the vendor. This is the vendor. I think everything can be purchased once, so several of the items missing for me because I purchased them already, including the 3 Black Lion keys. There was something else I bought too. You can get 5 statuettes. I have a sneeze coming. Hold on. Whew, no brains. The Black Lion booster. The party hat skin. I need 20. I have 16. That'll have to wait for tomorrow. That's the party hat. You can see how much my character would appreciate being able to wear that. I can't remember. I think the build template is worth it, and the equipment template is not. Because you can... No, it's the build template that's not worth it, I think. No. It is, because you can have multiple builds that you can swap between. I think it's the equipment. One of them is not useful because all it does is allow you to forego using a cut and paste of a small text string, because you can save builds or equipment. Actually, I think it's builds. You can save those just as a series of hexadecimal digits or alphabetical digits or something. One of them is worth it, the other one is not really worth it. But we have finished out our day's work for this. I think this is going through like the 2nd, so for another week. And now we're going to go back to the character we were playing at the close of business yesterday. Nux Knifeheart, the warrior. And we are going to continue map completion on this first map for him. Tomorrow, probably, I will be taking a day off. Probably. I'll be on Thanksgiving. I will be enjoying adult leisure beverages. I had some materials delivered today from the grocery store. I didn't want to go to the grocery store the day before Thanksgiving because it'd be a food. We want that provisioner's token for sure. Provisioner tokens are basically an endgame currency. It's for making legendaries, amongst other things. This is actually not a new character. It's a relatively new character. First of all, it's not unusual for me to create a character and delete him the same day. Once a week, you can run through leveling up to level 10, and the first chapter of this personal story will get you a Black Lion key for opening a Black Lion chest, which has microtransaction stuff in it. I created new characters not too long ago to fill out my entire roster because I'm a little bit crazy. I now have 5 of each profession in the game. That's 45 characters. And 4 or 5 of them are not up to level 80 yet. But the rest are all at level 80 and have decent gear. So this is one of my newer low-level characters, and I'll be leveling him and the other 3 or 4 characters up over the next, who knows how long, year maybe, for all of them to get to the cap. About time for a new expansion, and I'll probably end up buying 9 more character slots for that, because as we covered just a minute ago, I'm not well in the head. So right now I'm leveling it up by doing map completion, which is pretty much my standard method for leveling characters, because I enjoy the open world gameplay. My favorite part of the game, and in a lot of ways the best way to experience it, is to just level up a character. Somewhere over here I missed a vista. Where did the vista stay? Well, we're gonna probably the mount for that, so let's just skip the middle step and go straight to the flying mount. One of the things about the game is everything gives XP. If you want to be maximally efficient, there are maximally efficient ways of doing it. But I just kind of enjoy the journey of the game. So it's not a new character, but it is a pretty new character. Got that hero point. We'll head back here. And for that matter, I have an alt account with a character at the cap for each profession. Or class, if you prefer. I don't do a lot in the terms of, I've never done any raiding, although that may be changing with the changes coming up to the LFG system. Oh, we missed something over here too. I have done, I think, only 1 strike, and that was needed for the End of Dragon's turtle mount at the time. So I would say no, not really a lot of the endgame PvE. I mean, I've done a fair amount of fractals now, especially since the Fractal Rush came out. That was a terrific incentive for a lot of people, new and old, to do the fractals. Good evening, the dude. Welcome and thank you. So, fractals, some, especially since they brought in the new system and they revamped things to give you a very, very nice reward. We're doing a bunch of those in a pair of legendary gloves. But most of the endgame PvE pretty much falls into 3 things: strikes, strikes, raids, and fractals. Of those fractals, I have done a reasonable amount. I think my fractal level's up to 26 now. I have a bunch of the necessary bits and pieces to prepare for going deeper into it, but haven't really felt a pressing need. I did a lot of raiding in Vanilla WoW and kind of burned out on it. We'll see. I plan on partaking in the new system that they're bringing in, unifying strikes and raids, and also making sure that they work better with the new LFG system, which is still in beta. But I've kind of intentionally avoided raiding because I did a lot of it in Vanilla WoW, and it kind of just, I got burned out. I suppose it's the best way of just putting it. Okay, Separatists. And how are you doing this evening, oh mighty duty one? That meant dude dash Y, not duty as in Call of Duty or duty as in poo-poo. Just quit WoW and looking for a new MMO to play. A quick recommendation. Now is exactly the best time to try out Guild Wars 2. The sales for Black Friday just opened up. And so now is the time to try it because you've got time, if you like it after a couple of days, to buy some of the content that is added on top of the free-to-play game experience. The LFG changes basically are a functional blind LFG now, where you can queue individually. You know, as a WoW player, you're undoubtedly familiar with Mythic Plus. Mythic Plus got sort of their base idea from the fractal system in Guild Wars 2. It's 5-man content, has 4 tiers, so it basically scales up. And in the past, the LFG basically consisted of someone would have to post, I have a group. Who wants to join my group? This is the first time they've put in random queuing. So that's the change. It's not a finished system yet. They're going to do some tuning on it. But they brought it out at the same time as they brought out sort of the new progression through fractals, which gave a lot of new and already existing players a reason to actively do a bunch of fractals. It has a really good reward at the end, which made it a lot easier to pull people in. Unsurprisingly, like in other games, you offer people really cool things and they're more likely to want to play your game. But as I said, if you're interested in the game, now is definitely the time to try it, because if in a couple of days you find out you're liking it, for instance, you can get a package that has the first 2 expansions, Heart of Thorns and Path of Fire, is on a 60% discount. It's $12 right now. You prefer that to the manual LFG? Well, most people do. They don't want to go through the trouble. They want to hope and assume that the people that they're going to get randomly grouped with know what they're doing. And in this case, they simplified and streamlined, I think, 10 of the fractals to be a little bit more straightforward, to have less technical requirement to succeed, to get them done correctly. So basically, not like tutorial, but a player with little experience and even a weak build can still succeed. But as I said, right now with the sales, $12 will get you the first 2 expansions, $25 will get you the first 3 expansions, $50 will get you the first 3 expansions and all of the content that came between expansions, called the Living World seasons. So yeah, now is the best time to try this game. Try the free game. If you like it, you probably would want to spend a little money, and the prices are about as good as they're going to get right now. You know, give it a fair shake. It does play quite differently. I mean, it may look superficially the same. You know, you've got your hot bar, you've got your life bars on critters, but a lot of the game systems are significantly different. For instance, you can see my 1 through 5 people. Those are the spear attacks that warriors have. But I'm also wielding a 2-handed sword. And the 2-handed sword, as you would expect on a warrior, that's melee damage. But a 2-handed sword, a great sword, on a mesmer, which is like an illusionist, that's a ranged damage weapon. So every weapon that every profession has access to, they don't all have access to all the weapons. But everyone plays very differently for each profession. So you have your weapon skills here, a healing skill, 3 utility skills, and you have a wide selection of those, and then whatever elite skill you've chosen. So it's very different than, say, in WoW, where you have access to a spell book based on your spec, right? If you're a frost mage or an arcane mage or a fire mage, you're going to have mostly the same spells with a few additional spells that are unique to your spec. In this game, your skills depend on your weapons and what you've chosen to equip in your additional slots. Also, the spec. The specs look like, well, as you gain hero points, you spend points here to gain skills, you spend points here to gain specializations. Specializations are collections of passives. You'll eventually have 3 lines of specializations you can choose for, and you get to choose the passives. Played a lot of ESO. If you're used to the bar swap, yeah, that's certainly going to help. There are similarities. In a lot of ways, I would say Guild Wars 2 plays a little more closely to ESO than to the other bigger MMOs like WoW and Final Fantasy XIV, and even, old school WoW alikes like Star Wars: The Old Republic or Lord of the Rings Online. I would say ESO plays, or Guild Wars plays a little bit more like ESO than those others. And God knows I have tried to love ESO, but I just can't. I just don't.
Adrenaline rising. Getting pumped.
I got into one of the early betas for ESO.
I need a volunteer.
And I played it a lot, and I gave a lot of feedback, and I've tried it 8 or 10 times. And every time I like it, but I don't like it enough to stick with it. These eggs helpful? How about the... Well, weren't there something else there that...
Excelsior.
You have these sacks. There you go. Heart complete. Another thing there is, for most of the game, there is no specific questing. You'll notice this little heart here. That's called a rep heart. You can consider that like a little miniature quest hub, in that there are a number of different ways of filling out the heart. For instance, in this case, fighting the scale, getting their eggs, and 1 or 2 other things. And once your heart is complete, you get a big XP bonus. And there are a number of hearts. I'm just basically running through the map. I'm trying to finish every little thing, because there's an additional reward for that. But while you're doing everything in the game, you get XP. Crafting gives you XP, not just for the crafting you're doing, but gives you regular XP as well. Running around, discovering things, XP. Killing things, XP. Harvesting crafting materials, XP. But there are significant differences in the way the game plays. It's more active, so in that way I would say it's closer. Although ESO doesn't really have the sort of, quite the degree of let's say, movement friendly or movement required skills. There's an active dodge in Guild Wars 2, and that's a very, very important part of the game. It's pretty straightforward. It's, if you're moving in a direction, you can either double tap for, like, say, double tap the left key for a left dodge. Or if you're moving in a direction, you can either double tap or hit V, the default, and do a dodge in that direction. But dodging is extremely important as a defensive measure, because you have iframes.
Ogres are encroaching on our land here.
Ogres? Can't trust ogres. I mean, not all ogres are bad. Some of them are perfectly fine, I guess. As an example of how things play differently, when I first got into the beta for Guild Wars 2, the first beta is you had to buy the game to get access to the beta. Not a mechanic I'm fond of these days, but it wasn't something that really was very frequently done, 13 years ago or whatever. And after playing for a couple of hours, I thought I'd made a mistake. It wasn't the game and its mechanics and stuff, they weren't clicking with me at all. But after a couple more hours, and I think basically it was about 4 hours, it finally started to make sense. Everything sort of fell into place as to the differences between, I've been playing WoW for years and years. So just keep in mind that if you're going to give it a shot, and, trying the free-to-play isn't going to cost you anything but the download. It does play a little bit differently. I would also recommend, you can get it on Steam or Epic, but I would go through the ArenaNet downloader for the simple reason that things like Twitch giveaways and stuff like that, they may not apply through Steam or Epic Game Store, but they will always still work through the ArenaNet client. Also, not all sales are necessarily going to show up at the same prices on all platforms. Art complete. In this case, it was fixing the equipment and killing the tar elements. And I have leveled. Good evening, Snoopy. .212 shield, much better than the current shield I have. Salvage
Threshold
those.
achieved.
Oh, I managed to miss that little thing right there, which is a Vista. All right, how are we doing? We are 76% done with the map. Oop. I meant to do that. Ignore that oop. Obviously, I would not do something I did not intend to do, so there really was no oop there at all. I promise. No, for real. Would I lie about something like that? Spoiler. Yeah. He definitely would. Oh, we'll grab this waypoint. Oh, we've got another Vista over here too. Now you don't have to have the flying mount or the bunny mount to get to this, as this is all in Corteria, and there were no mounts originally in the game. They didn't come in until the second expansion. This is the first dungeon you can run. One of the few dungeons I have run. Dungeons are not completely, but largely deprecated content. I haven't done much with them for a long time. Other players here? More than enough that I can leave them be, and they will finish out that event, and I'll get some credit for it. Since I'm just right now running around trying to do the map completion, it's not really important for me to do every event to completion.
Well done. Not even ghosts can withstand the full force of the charm.
Well, in this case, I probably should have stayed around, because I need to kill ghosts. And we're heading up that way anyway, because there is a hero point up there. Oh, well, let's...
Adalbert has charged us with defending the trebuchet. Send the intruders away.
I can't tell what exactly.
I just want to blast this far back to this side of the
Behind
wall.
all this.
Let me just...
Kill
Oh, we've
him,
got a
and maybe these ghosts will just
named
fade
NPC
away.
up. Whack him. Ooh, he's a champion.
Feel the adrenaline.
We'll give you Jar a taste of your own
Wow,
will.
okay.
Die.
Jerk.
I feel strong.
Defend the wall. Don't let the Jar defile our soil. I hope you'll rest this baseball.
Getting pumped.
Ready, willing, and able.
You cannot win, Jar scum. Ascalon will live forever.
Oh, he moved out of it. Jerk.
Well, that's a good day's work if I do say so myself.
Got him.
The ghost will think twice before returning here. If we keep having victories like these, we'll be able to reclaim Ascalon City soon.
That's how I do it.
Oops. Silly rabbit. Tricks are for kids. We need to kill a couple more, but we need to go where that guy's going anyway. I got a silver medal contribution. Is the other guy not coming in? Ah, there he is. There is a hero point we need up here.
People of Ascalon will want no more.
Level, and we will grab the hero point. Part complete, level complete. Don't interrupt me, you jerk. Thank you. I will now guard, make sure this guy can get his. Commune with the hero point complete. Because I'm actually not a complete jerk. I know that comes as a surprise. To me, more than anyone. Okay. Come on, come on. Mounting would be good. I hear good things about mounts. Ah, underwater hero points. These are always the most fun. That was... I haven't even set my underwater skills, but it'll be easy enough because it's just going to be seals. Hey, do you mind? I'm setting my skills. The nerve of some underwater creatures. Let me commune with this place of power. Rude indeed. Let's go ahead and... Woohoo! Popping away! Grab that. We have completed, what, another daily, I would assume? Indeed. We've broken enemy's defiance bar. Very nice. And we are presently spending all of our points in finishing out the strength line. That added great fortitude, gained vitality based on a percentage of power, and ferocity based on a percentage of power. Ooh, double dipping. Who doesn't like double dipping? Chance on critical strike to gain might. I don't have much of a crit chance right now. Let's go with that for now. Okay, we do have a POI over here. Ah, this POI. It's the one I think it is. Can be prickly to get into. The door is open. It won't be a problem in this case. Honey, I'm home. Let's do a little bit of harvesting of stuff. That's worth some XP, and there's also an adventure guide bonus for finishing up things like that. Why the heck not? Alright, grab that. What do we got left? We're 95%. We have one Vista and one heart and one waypoint. There's the waypoint, there's the Vista, there's the heart. We are within the heart space, which means doing things like rezzing this dead friendly guy will give us progress up here in the heart bar. Destroying the ogre's pets' houses. It's much more than simple vandalism. That too gives you progress. Messing with their territorial markers doesn't just irritate them, gives you progress. Right, we have the Vista over here. We are 97% done. We have the waypoint, and that'll just leave the heart. We are 98% done. Now we're pushing back the ogres.
Someone needs to destroy those crawl gates, or we'll never drive the ogres out.
It's a bit petty, burning down their flags and stuff, but hey, you know. Do I get more progress on the potential pets? Nope. Well, let's res the spy then. As that will give us definite progress. Marker will burn down. Stupid devourer. Territory marker. Scout. We are still in the ogre area. Ogre and pets. Guys. I'm sorry, would you mind donating to our cause?
Gaining adrenaline.
Gaining adrenaline. Once we finish, Some people got themselves trapped. That's got to be embarrassing, to be a char that's been captured by an ogre. Don't worry, we won't tell anyone. We'll tell everyone. You're just standing there. Oh my god, you guys. So freaking lazy. That is the completion of the map message. We'll go back to our home city. We'll see if we got the bonus key. And then we are going to hop over to another one of our low-level, recently created, but not brand new characters. That was swapping weapons. The XP bonus for that. I have so many skills, you know. God, how many points? I have 3 points. We need points to finish out strength. Okay, so we swapped, and this is a better greatsword than the one we currently have equipped. And this is a better spear than we currently have equipped. And we want to hold on to that. I think we have a staff.
Like
236.
One spark
Way
and
better.
she explodes.
Just make sure we keep her pointed in the right direction.
Threshold achieved.
I have threshold achieved. I'm going to put myself in the position on the assumption that we're going to get a key. Key is about, for map completion, anything outside of the major cities is, I think, a 30% chance, 33% chance. So we're going to clear out our inventory to make room.
Need something?
For our incoming key that we're certain is definitely, honestly, it's totally coming, and here it is. I'm going to mute. Okay, no, we did not get one. We got the transmutation charge, which is really good for new players, but I have 1,500 of them. That's probably enough. The staff is not as good as the staff I have, and I cannot use the chest. Or, I mean, the gloves.
Power flow at 30%.
Why did my brain put chest
Rerouting.
piece in? My brain is becoming less and less predictable and brain-like as I get older. Just stay young, guys. That's my suggestion. Alright, well, we've gotten Knifeheart here. Up to level 23. As you can see, these are all my characters. I am clearly not well in the cabeza, you know? My brain has issues. Exarch Exagorth. No, but he's in the ground. I don't want to do that map right now. I hate that map. Winvara, Wind Chaser. She's an elementalist with an overly severe chin line. Elementalists are the closest you get to the classic mage, although frequently the last few elite specializations have been mostly about melee, which may account for some part of the standard cliche about elementalists being that their stance for combat is
Heed my
horizontal.
words, and be blessed as never before.
We've been dropping points into glyph training. You got anything of import there? No, not really. Oh, we've done it again.
My northern friends, fill your ears
these into the bank. We have almost 2 full stacks now. Teleport to friend. And I just don't have that many friends. Did we get... Okay, I think... Yeah, that should be the... Did we get the waypoint in... Oh, we did. We got the Molensk Vista. We got the hero point there. So I think we did get all of the southern part of this complete. Okay, good. Hero point was earned there.
Great honor by guiding our ancestors.
You are a welcome
Okay.
guest.
Let's see if we can get another map completed. We did grab that Vista. We did grab the POI for Awesomefold Shear. There's a jumping puzzle in there. I can try and fail at the jumping puzzle. The objective is to make it all the way across over to there without falling. If you fall down, you have to work your way back up to the top. There are a number of these birds landing, and the birds will knock you off. I expect I will fail. It's been a long time since I've done this one. You'll note they've got 2 ravens just getting right in my way right from the very beginning. If you guys could move on, please. Yeah. Nope. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. No mounting up in here either, so I tried. I did not try much. It didn't last long. I'm not sure if you can dodge through the birds that have landed or not. Cannot use this skill right now. The skill that I cannot use right now is mount. All of the core jumping puzzles, I think all of them, have gliding and mounting disabled, as they should, because those didn't exist in the core game when it launched. Some of the later ones have gliding enabled, but then that's because you're expected to use gliding.
Good hunting. Water washes the surface. Battle alone can cleanse your inside.
So, one of the things that makes Elementalist probably the most complicated class to play is elemental attunements. Like every other class in the game, you have your 5 weapon skills. In this case, I have a dagger and a warhorn, I think. Focus. But you can change your attunement through the 4 elements: fire, water, wind, air, and earth, which I have not unlocked yet. That unlocks soon. And you'll note this changes all of the weapon skills for each of the different, and also in this case, because I have a glyph of lesser elementals for summoning an elemental, if I were to change, it would summon a different elemental. It won't change an elemental that it's already in play, but the next elemental you summon will be whatever's appropriate. Now, fire is all about damage, and mostly fire damage. What a shock. Water is mostly about healing. Air has lightning damage, but it also has a lot of buff effects for speed and whatnot. And earth has a lot of defensive abilities and also a fair number of bleeds. So each of the different elements has its own sort of speciality, and swapping around between them optimally can lead to very complicated challenging rotations for optimal play. I have a new hat. And as is tradition round here, when I get new attire means new random dies. Here we go. Oops, wrong button. Right button. Random dies for all of my attire, and go. Could be worse. Algae, turquoise, and purple. The algae and turquoise work well together. The purple's okay. It's not, eye-blindingly terrible. All right, rabbit hole. We pick up a rock. I believe the rocks from the rabbit holes go to Kakifine, as he'll give us, I believe, 5 stones for them. Oh, he's only giving 2 stones. Sorry, he is not the one. Trug gives us 5 stones for these. Kakifine gives us rabbit hole stuff. No, that's a rock. Trug. The loose ore. We also get progress for killing the rock dogs. Doom, 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 doom. Rock doggy. Rock. The loose ore goes to Kakifine. What do you do with the 5 stones you get from each of them? You trade them to the researcher. And he gives you heart progress. I have a rock.
Quickly.
Trug. I'm not sure 20 will be enough rocks, but here, I've had some room to just take them all. Not quite. Got some loose ore. That's Kakifine. Another one right here, and that should be all I'll need. Go back to the researcher and give him our other 10 rocks. He'll be happy about that. And that is a heart complete, and not quite 20% of a level, but close. Here we need to kill the Sons of Slanir and destroy all of their stuff. Go and bust up their stuff. Here we have a waypoint. Grab the waypoint and I believe we also have a vista on top of this ridge, if memory serves. It does indeed. So, I'm not sure if I'll be back on tomorrow. I will be back on Thursday for a Thanksgiving stream. At the usual time. I just simply haven't decided whether I'm going to take a day off tomorrow beforehand or not. Because I'll probably be taking a day off on Friday. I have so much shopping to do. No, that's not the reason. It's because Thursday I have so much drinking to do. Yeah, that's the reason. Yeah, I could lie about it, and I probably will. Hi, guys. pull these back. Oh, there was another player over here. I was hoping he was going to... He needed them too. He was just 2 for them.
I'm old.
It's pretty close to being done and took off. Also, we'll do a little trick here that you can do in the game too, should you decide, which is for some skills you can control right-click and that will set them on auto cast. By default, your one skill, the auto attack skill, is on auto cast. That. And what that will do is that'll allow me to have 2 and sometimes 3 lesser fire elementals up the scene.
I'm greatness getting greater.
Okay, that was just like 14, 15, and 16, I think? No, just 15 and 16. As I finished out, I guess, Tier 1 of the Adventure Guide. Right here. Yes. When you finish out, there's a total of 16 things in the Adventure Guide. When you get 14 of them done, you get a big bonus. But think about all the discounts I'm missing for the things you'll never need to use. Oh, I probably already have all of the things I could ever want, but not need or use. A staff. Well, I don't know. Sure, why not? Let's see. We have lesser elementals, storms. Let's go with storms. We haven't quite finished these jerks out yet. More players around. We have Strugen and Melt Gibson.
You continue to live in fear, in open defiance of a greater being. But I ask you this, why fear
I don't live in
that
defiance of a
which
greater
you
being. There's
stronger?
Milt Gibson right
Why not
there.
embrace the ultimate spirit. Transcend your existence and forge your legend with Jormag. It's the only way.
Okay, they've rebuilt their little camp here. I guess I can just destroy it again. Leveling up there did give me the last of the elemental attunements, and that's hard to do. Using utility skills is a reward for the second part. We will grab a couple of these, turn these into the NPC. Oh, we just have a minute less than that. So we'll probably not get a whole bunch of credit for this, but a little bit of credit for almost no work at all is, generally speaking, worth it. 37 seconds. Sure. We'll grab one more. Turn in 3. That might be enough to get us a silver.
My
20
creature.
seconds. Here you are, Ronnie. So he's taking the armor and making fake soldiers to scare off. I'm not sure exactly who it is he's scaring. The Brawl? Maybe. I did get a silver. Yay! XP? Good. POI over here. We are 62%. 5/8 done. Now this is one of the more difficult fights, or little sort of fighting things in the area that you want to do. critters. They are unfriendly in the extreme. And then, when you're done with them, you get to summon up another even more difficult one to fight. Actually, we should swap those. Like that. Oh, that shouldn't have killed him. I didn't actually like... Oh, right. To avoid pulling him in, we are going to kill this veteran. We don't want to pull him in the middle of the fight.
Another proud moment.
There's another level for 17.
That's how I do it.
That was 3 more achieves. He's not dying anywhere nearly as quickly as I would like. Alright, so what this is going to do is going to summon 2 more of those ice elementals and a tougher version of one of those ice elementals that could very easily fail and die. We've got new shoulders, which is, as you might expect, a new item of attire. Staff. Oh, God, no wonder our weapons are really down tier. They're awful. So that might explain to some degree why I'm having, you know, a little bit of difficulty. Construct that one too.
Begin destruction protocol.
Oh, the two small ones respawn here. That's really annoying. Okay. Change that there. Turn that off, turn that on. Alright, now we're going to summon sort of a extremely unpleasant. Another player coming in, that will help,
Might
certainly.
makes me right.
Yep. Blow up these corrupted ices for more progress on the heart. I think it feels better on the whole. Movie reference. Yeah, my items were hopelessly down leveled.
Might makes me right.
For the record, I do not believe that might makes me right. I do believe that might makes me awesome. But that's not the same thing. Any more hiding away in here? We do. That should be the last of them. Hi guys, good to see you. I'm just here to make sure everything's fine with the neighborhood. And all 3 of them locked over at the same time. Very, very nice. Alright, we have a waypoint. The heart that we just finished. another level. That's what, 5 levels on this character in 20 minutes? 25? Not much. But then certain level areas you level pretty quickly because you're finishing up the adventure guide chapters. And so not only do you get the experience for finishing an achievement and then completing the meta achievement, you also then immediately get the rewards for any achievements in the next tier you've already completed. And so I have seen as many as 5 levels coming. Boom, boom, boom. I think, one click to finish off a monster, to finish off a deed, an achieve, to finish off a tier of achieves, which then opens up a bunch of cascading additional reward achieves. Let's come in here, grab the waypoint.
The spirits of the wild welcome you.
Sell some crap. Deconstruct that die because every player has.
This is a bad time to be traveling.
Sell the junk. Don't store mine anymore.
That's all I needed.
Right, we're gonna kill the Sons of Slaughter here. Those are jerks. And he wants a little venison. Got some venison going on too. That's nice. Oh, the dredge are out in force, and they're not within the heart area for that. One thing I always have found slightly annoying is they don't actually show you when you're in the heart area for the various hearts. We're now in the Kill Dredge heart area. So we're going to be killing some dredge. Pardon me. Itchy that. I didn't miss one, did I? I missed one? I missed one. I think. We have another gun turret over here. Yep. That's right. I know you're blind, but you should be able to feel the heat as you run directly towards me along the line of fire. I just left them around. Losers. These are the Ratniks. They are the Militariat. They are actually, and I'm not making this up, communist blind Molaks. Freed the juvenile Arcturus. For sadly, I'm not a ranger, so I can't actually, tame it. Say. I have defeated 25 of 25 enemies. Another completion for the achievement guide for XP bonus. Stop blocking my fire. It's not like I'm trying to burn you to death. Okay, it is actually like I'm trying to burn you to death. Still. That's a hard complete. POI. Over here at this little reasonably large cabin. I mean, it's not like it's huge.
The Sons of Honor have desecrated Jorah's
Maybe
shrine.
2,000 square feet. A bargain at 150,000 gold. I'm just exterior, which is less pleasant than it might sound. All right, we need to kill more of the sun here. Sun's thereof. I did not mean to hit that doe. A deer. Female.
Might makes me right.
I can't say I actually attest to that. That seems like a rather short-sighted and pig-headed approach.
Might makes me right.
See? I mean, it's less pernicious than, say, the worldview of the Asura. Everyone's favorite race of cute little shark-toothed sociopaths.
Might makes me right.
Make sure we're in the right heart. Now I'm all gimpy.
Eat pain.
Thorns are a little bit weird too, though. Might makes right. Might makes me right. And eat pain.
Might makes me right.
That guy murdered that guy in a hurry. We need like one more thing. Sonya. Something. To just mostly roll over and die for us. I think we get credit for this. Oh, I probably shouldn't because first of all, one of them's throwing an axe at me, the other one figured out how to climb a hill. I took care of him, don't worry. More loot. The omnipresent butter. So many NPCs in this world carry butter. I find it slightly troubling. Alright, let's grab that hero point. And we'll see if they have re-broken one of the mechanics. Or if the keg catching is working again. It seems like they can't keep it working for like longer than a couple of weeks at a time. That was successful. Another gold. Hey, time to start holding on to points because we're going to be needing them. When we can start building out our first line. Specialization. We'll be going with fire, but we can't even train points yet until 21, so we're saving up some points. There's a hero point down here in the cave for drinking something absolutely vile. Right, give me back control so that I can equip my new skill slot, please. That'd be nice. I have defeated 50 out of 50 enemies. Another quarter of a level. Take.
Oh, traveler.
Worm brew? It's made from worms? I can handle it. Looky in the inventory. Careful. Now, if the event is going on, which it's not, you can make it a pretty quick work on this part. But if it's not, it kind of depends on whether keg catching mechanic is working, and most of the time it's not. Well, last time I went through here, I do believe it was working, so we're going to find out. You stand here, you signal the NPC, hey, I can catch your kegs now, and he's going to drop a circle. You want to be just in front of the circle. It's working! We catch it and bring it back. Most of the time, the catching just doesn't work.
Spirits of the wild welcome you.
But it is the fastest progress you can make on this heart. You don't want to be in the circle, you want to be just in front of the circle and catch it.
You must visit more often.
Over the course of, I'd say, like the last 6 or 8 years, it's probably been working for 10% of the time. And every once in a while it gets fixed. And then within like 2 months it gets broken. The wheres and why-fors are not for the knowledge of the little folk such as myself. Because now it's a fast, easy, straightforward part, as opposed to one where you have to dump cold water on passed out drunks for very, very slow progress. We are 82% done with this map. I'm going to take a sec, park myself inside. I need to refill my coffee cup. I will be right back.
I spent a week on the summit of the highest mountain.
Azir Ravenhall spent a lifetime on a mountaintop. Raven will forever carry his memory.
And I'm back, just as I threatened. And I even remembered to turn off the aid. Don't say I never gave you nothing. We can sell our crap to him. These are the passed out warriors scattered around sleeping in deep snow in a very cold winter. Norns. They're built a little different than anyone normal. Right here we need to kill a Doliac and capture a couple of its cubs. I think it's 5 cubs we have to catch, I'm not sure. I don't think we get anything for killing the Doliac progress-wise, but we have to net the each calf like 5 times. There we go. To capture them. We have a whole, evidently, instead of building a net that works, we have a whole bunch of nets. We need to use like 5 of them on each calf. Does not seem particularly economical. Now, we need to kill the Skelk. We get a little progress of killing the Skelk.
Might makes me right.
All of a sudden, Skelk everywhere. He's done. We get one more Skelk, actually. That would be nice. No? No? Alright. You know what that means, sadly. One more Doliac. It's gotta die. And then capture one more calf. And then truly, sadly, the other 2 calves, we leave to the whims of Mother Nature. Are complete. I'm sure they'll be fine. Nature isn't cruel or anything. It'll be fine. We are 85% done. Next up. Spider Cave. Spider Cave. Now, if you have the flying mount, this one's really quick and easy hero point. Just elevate. Do a little coasting in. Make a left turn. Stay up close to the ceiling. Commune. Pardon the slurp. And we got another waypoint up here. That's 91%. We have a Vista, a hero point, a POI, and a heart here, and I think that is the entirety. POI is in front of the
By
door.
Raven, there's no end to Tyria.
By Raven, there's no end to Tyria. Mind you, I'm still in the first map, starting area. And I'm amazed at how big the world is. It's possible the Norn are a little bit parochial, you know. Oh, very nice. We have a new friend. The hero point is up here. Ooh, but we are going to murder murder some of these guys first because there's a whole bunch in a batch. Stop running. How can I kill you all if you don't stop running? Wow, okay, they're running completely out. I'm not sure exactly what the cause of that was. There are like 5 of them. That would give them some progress. Alright, we got the hero point up here. The important thing here is waiting a second or two after summoning the hero challenges. Initially, they are invulnerable.
Might makes me right.
Let's see. Okay. We are 94%. Map. This one? Oh, this one. Need to finish out the heart. What else do we got? We got a heart and a waypoint. Okay, yeah, the waypoint's by the exit. And a POI. And a Vista. Oh, I know about the Vista. The Vista's right over here. For leveling purposes, in Elementalist, sticking to stack. Now, Engineer and Elementalist are the two classes that can't do weapon swaps in combat. They can do weapon swaps outside of combat. Because in the case of Elementalist, you've got all 4 elements you can swap into. In the case of Engineer, you can swap kits in, which are in essence, they just act as an additional weapon. So you can swap in a grenade kit, a flamethrower, a mortar kit, and those change your 1 through 5. So they are, when you're dealing with the most complicated builds, because of the amount of swapping between either elemental attunements or kits, engineers and elementalists are probably, as a general rule, they have the highest skill requirement to get good at war. Right, so it should be waypoint and a POI. Waypoint and POI. I guess a POI in the main map anywhere. Maybe it's just over by the waypoint. Feel a sneeze. It's coming, boys and girls. Once again, a successful sneeze with no brains in my hand. I think I'm missing a POI somewhere. Oh, there's the waypoint, and now we do a quick scour. We did. We missed one right there. Yep. And that will be another map completion. Back into Holbrook. call it a capital city. It's the center of their very loose form of governance. Their spiritual center. Not really a city. Our neon. Again. See if we can get a key. I did not get previously on Lens.
I pray to the spirits of the wild, but they rarely answer.
Do you have their new number? New phone, who dis? Alright, here we go. Once again, we are looking for a key, hoping for a key. Would it be too much to say praying for a key? Yeah, hoping. We got a key! Yay! That was much rejoicing. It is a dagger. Now carrying 2 daggers, that's fine. And that one we can't use. Torches are not something warriors can use. I think they're the only weapon. No, maybe focus that they can't use. But we do have a Black Lion key. And now we also have a Black Lion chest. And we finished it out. Congratulations, word of my deed, blah, blah, blah.
Up for a challenge?
Up for a challenge? I'm actually going to do a small amount of cheating.
It is nice to see you.
I'm going to grab just one XP volume. Give me a level of experience, which I don't have to do that. I have the writs. I can use enough writs. How many writs do I need? 4? Looks like I just need 4 writs. What these are is a 10th of a level each. And that will get me up to level 21, and I can spend my points. But first, Black Lion chest. We are guaranteed to get a Black Lion statuette and a Black Lion material bag, Visions of Eternity. That's the new expansion. These are crafting materials and other currencies for the current brand spanking new expansion. We will get 2 commons. Good ones are the unlocks in particular. The die packs if I get very lucky. The crafting bags are okay. Black Lion statuettes are always welcome. Things I don't need. Teleports to friend. 5 orbs and especially transportation charges. The uncommons currently, the weapon skin set are the Thundercrag, which is a fire and earth based set.
You must visit more often.
All the weapons sort of half fire and half earth. Reasonably cool. The Blazing Cape and Glider combo, pretty nice looking. And the Asuran Conjured Doorway skin, which I would like. It is dyeable, I believe, from what I have seen. It is a portal for Hazen. There's the other one that I do have that you get as the default. It's not dyeable as far as I know. And then the rare, again, we have another set. I actually got one of these from yesterday's Key Farm. I got this one, the Dragon Essence Hammer skin. Now, when it's on your back, it looks like a staff of a dragon open-mouthed. When you wield it, however, you get the sort of breath effect, and it's actually, while it's a hammer, it is, the art is of a 2-handed axe. I was very pleased with that. That one was the most valuable, or second most valuable of the skins of that particular set. And then the super rares, which I will never get. Never have gotten, never will get. I've gone through.
You're an eyeful.
At least 500 chests, probably more, because for a couple of years I was buying every time there's a new chest. That's about every 6 weeks or so. I was buying 25 of them. So that would be a couple hundred a year. 4 years, 5 years, so yeah. Maybe as many as 1,000 chests I have opened. Never gotten any super rares, and I don't think I will this time. But we're looking for a 5th box to appear, because this will be a common, Fifth box, it is a 10% chance for an uncommon or better. Sure. But we do have at least some promise. We got the teleport to friend. We have a die kit. It is the Lion's Arch Survivors die kit. I'm pretty sure I have all of those already. We have the Black Lion Material Bag, Visions of Eternity. This is a new currency. I have 32. This will give me 35. The others are high-end crafting mats. I will put away the Black Lion. Actually, I will check and see if there's anything new in the Black Lion statuette market. These are sort of the consolation prize. You get 1 to like occasionally 2 to 4 in every box, and you can buy all kinds of stuff with them. Here's the things you can buy for a lot of the things that are currently in, frequently in. These are recent exclusives for 60 each. I don't think any of these had my particular interest. No. And basically, the newest ones appear here. These ones are slightly older. I don't think there was anything here I was interested in getting. So interested, I was willing to pay $45 for them. But I did recently pick a couple of the 25s up. I got the Fate Unraveling Sword and one other as well. And then there are also various and sundry other things you can get. The unlocks you can get, mini pets you can get nodes for your home instance, you can get PvP finishers, you can get mail delivery carriers, you can get outfits. So there's a number of things you can spend those on.
The spirits of the wild welcome you.
Interesting. Right this minute. I used my bank and that got me more XP. I'm only going to need now 1 of these. We'll just use it right now.
Yes? Oh. Hi.
I'm now level 21. Just gave me 1/10 of a level, so I barely eked into the next level. I will put these away. The die kit, as I said, I'm pretty sure I have all of these dice. I have all of the commons, all of the uncommons, and all of the rares. I have about 2/3 of the exclusives, maybe 3/4, but in this set, it's been around a long time, and it has several of my favorite dies of all time. Enameled and Blaze is one of my favorite dies of all time. The enameled dies are all really good. That's the reason I have them. You get, as a birthday present,
yes?
based on the character age. Every year you get a birthday present on the character creation. And I think 3 through 8 or 3 through 7 give you a die kit where you get to choose a color. And because I have so many characters, most of whom have gone through those low number value birthdays, they're on their 6 or 8. I've had a lot of opportunity to get the cool dies. We got a common. Tangerine. That's the tangerine, the sort of oranges. It's not bad. I will mail this to my guildie, who is unofficially in charge of the guild bank. Only the rest of my other guildies can get it. We have just hit the level. We're now 21. Which means we can now train specializations. For leveling, I would recommend fire unless you are specifically going to be playing a lot of group content. In which case you could make a case for air, earth, or water.
Never leave a wrong.
Water for healing, earth for defensive purposes, bleeding, and air for buffs and debuffs. Especially speed-based ones. But we're going to go with fire because fire burns. Show you. So, basically you spend your hero points here to unlock skills, and here to unlock specialization lines, which give you passives. I will now equip at level 21, 45, and 71. And one of the 3 lines opens up. I've only unlocked fire so far. So hey, we'll use that. The first passive is you gain power while you're in fire attunement. As you can see, there are the sort of 3 intermediary ones. You don't have to pick there. You get what you get. Then you get to choose one from each row. Burning you inflict has increased duration, and critical hits have a chance to inflict burning. Gain fire aura when an ally picks up a contact
Good
weapon.
hunting.
And cure conditions and burn foes. Cast lesser cleansing fire when you have a number of conditions on you. I have 3 condies that automatically cast it, and remove 3 conditions.
Up for a challenge?
Me and my teammates. Here we have gain fire aura and damage nearby foes when you attune to fire. So that's if I swap back into fire from the others, I get a fire aura. Now we have only 2 we can choose from here. We haven't yet unlocked the rest of the line. Sunspot inflicts burning. That's when I swap. I won't be swapping that much, so I won't be inflicting burning that much, so that's not a great one. I'm not going to be doing much attunement swapping. I'm going to camp in fire and just burn things up for the most part. Fire auras have increased duration, applying auras to allies. Remove conditions, and transmuting auras remove conditions from your ally. That one. And we have now set up our specialization. I am going to call it here for the evening. Thank you guys, as always, for hanging out. I do appreciate it. Tomorrow, I'm not sure. Either I'll be back at the usual time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, Europe, Australia, and New Zealand, or I'll take a day off, and I'll be back Thursday. That is American Thanksgiving at the usual time, at 5 p.m. Pacific time. I will have been eating turkey sandwiches because I was fine with turkey. The Thanksgiving turkey is okay, but turkey makes great sandwiches. So I'll be having turkey sandwiches, and I'll be having stuffing, and I will be stuffed, and then I'll be having adult leisure beverages while I play probably more Guild Wars 2. So either back tomorrow or on Thanksgiving at the usual time, 5 p.m. Eastern, with more nonsense, probably Guild Wars 2 nonsense in the near future. What else do we got? On the 3rd, I believe, I'll be going back to Guild Wars 1, which I was playing for, I don't know, 3 or 4 days earlier in the week, late last week, something like that, with the launch of Reforged, which is sort of a updated, not remastered, not remade, but sort of a made more compatible, for instance, with it's approved for Steam Deck, as an example. So that is the upcoming near-term stuff. Nothing particularly in the long term. October and November have been very busy in terms of games and stuff. I'm not sure what else is coming down the pike. But anyway, I'm calling it here. Again, thanks for hanging out, as always. I appreciate it. Hopefully you will see me soon. I hope the rest of your Tuesday night or possibly Wednesday morning goes great. Catch you next time. Take care, and